Hey guys, my name's Erika, and just like a lot of you, I was born with PC. And the whole reason I made these videos was to show us that we can still work out.
So bring your palms into your lap, stack your bones so you really feel your spine long, your tailbone gets heavy down into your heels. You tuck the chin just slightly, you feel the back of the neck get really long, so the crown of your head starts to float upward, and then just allow your eyes to close, so you lose your sense of sight, and you draw yourself inward. And as you feel the breath moving in and out through your nose, just follow where it goes. Like you can feel the sensations moving down through the shoulders, into the chest, belly, all the way down through the legs, into the toes. And then take a full breath in. Expand all the way up. The breath enters the belly, and then the ribs, and then the collarbones and the crown of your head. And you open the mouth and you sigh it out. A little slower. Second breath. All the way in, bottom to top. Feel the breath. Expand your body as it lifts upward. Keep the shoulders soft. Another inhale when you think you're full. Open the mouth. And then seal the lips and start to breathe in and out through the nose. And how you breathe is not so important, but what we're really looking for is consistency that is even in terms of length. So the inhale matches the exhale and it starts to feel like an anchor in the space. So if your mind starts to have incessant thoughts or your body starts to ache, you bring yourself back to this breath. Yeah. We're gonna start in tabletop pose. So bring your hands down to the mat. You can choose if you want to bring your hands underneath the shoulders, or if that's too much for your hands, always the option to drop down onto your forearms. If you take that option, I want you to find your elbows right underneath the shoulders. Before we move, pull the shoulders down, tuck the chin just slightly, feel the back of the neck elongate, take the crown of the head forward, and feel like you're lengthening the tailbone back. So you have this really long line in the spine. Then inhale, look up, take the tailbone up, arch the back, pull the shoulders back, belly in, and then exhale, cat spine, round down, puff the back of your heart up, drop the tailbone. Two more of those, slow it down. Pull your shoulders back, gaze forward, suck the belly in, cow. Exhale, round everything down, press the ribs up as you suck the belly in, really nice. Last one, slowest one yet. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, round all the way down, cat. Yeah, super good. Okay, from here, come back to a neutral spine. Option to stay on your forearms or lift up onto your hands. Use your inhale to take the right arm all the way up to the sky, keeping the left hand anchored. And then make a fist with your left hand. Start to find some rotation. Doesn't matter which direction you find, backward and forward, kind of expanding the space in between your wrists and your forearms. Super good. Take a full breath in, reach up even more. Right shoulder on top of the left. And then on the exhale, dive the right hand under the space between the left hand and the left knee. Right ear finds the mat. And then you might think about taking the crown of your head just a bit forward so you expand the space along the right side of your neck. This shape is for you, so you get to play. You might expand the left arm, take it forward, you might leave it where it is, you might play with where the right foot is, you might shift the hips side to side. It's totally an exploration for yourself. Take a breath. On the exhale, bring the left hand back to your left ear. Use your inhale to sweep the right arm all the way up. And then exhale, take it forward. Exactly, just like that. Think thumb up, pinky down, so the outer edge of your arm is wrapping inward, and then take the left foot straight back. Kick the heel into the wall behind you, flex the toes straight down, hug the belly in. One line of energy from the right middle finger through the left heel. Breath in. Now on the exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee, right in the center and round the spine, just like we did in cat. Inhale, take it back out, squeeze the belly in. Use the exhale to find even more intensity in the belly. Then one more, inhale, take it long. Exhale, slowest and most intense. Squeeze belly in, round spine. Inhale, take it long. Plant the right hand down, left shin down. Second side, left arm all the way up. Keeping in mind you can be on the right forearm if you need. Make a fist, roll it out. Explore the space in the wrist and keep pulling the left shoulder on top of the right. Take another breath in. And then exhale, thread the left arm in between the space of the right wrist, right knee. Left ear comes to the mat, edge the crown of the head forward. And then this is for you. Again, you can take liberties with the right hand. You can take liberties with the left foot. And if it feels good, you're super open, you want more in the twist, right arm could come all the way up and over for a half bind. So turn the thumb to face the back of the room. Exactly. And then drape the arm over the side of your body so you feel even deeper in a twist. Take a breath. And then bring the right hand back to your right ear. Use your inhale to take the left arm all the way up. And then the left arm comes forward. thumb up, pinky down, take the right foot straight back, find a line of energy, same as the first side. Flex the right toes down a lot, press the heel back to get rid of the bend in the knee. Super good, breath. Now crunch on the exhale, bring the elbow to the knee, round the spine, belly in. Inhale, take it long, really good. Slow it down, crunch. Inhale, take it long. Last one, slowest one, crunch. Good, inhale long. Exhale, plant left hand down, right shin down. From here, walk the fingertips a little bit far forward and then step the feet back until you're in a high plank so your shoulders find the way over the wrists. Now again, you're too much on the hands, drop down onto your forearms, but same thing, elbows find their way underneath the shoulders, good. Now feel the back of your heart puff up, so you've pulled the shoulder blades apart from one another. Frontal hip bones lift up toward your chin exactly as you press the tailbone back. So think the longest line of energy possible between the heel and the crown of the head, and then reach the collarbones forward, breath in, shaking. Softly down all the way onto your belly. So good. Walk the fingertips forward until the elbows find their way underneath the shoulders, hands in line with the elbows. And if you don't like the pressure on their hands, there shouldn't be much, you can just flip the hands so the tops of the hands come down, or you can make fists. Feel like you're pulling your shoulders into the sockets and lengthening the collarbone toward the gaze. So what we really want to find is some openness along the front line of our body. The hips anchor down and we're pulling the ribs away from our hips to get a really clean stretch in our belly, for sure. Take a breath. And soften on the exhale. All right. Walk the left fingertips over until they find the center of the collarbone. Keep the left elbow where it is for support. And then right arm is gonna inhale all the way up and back to reach for the back foot, exactly as you just did. If you can reach for the inside of the foot, grab it, and softly each exhale, like pull the right heel a little bit closer to the glute as you melt the right shoulder in line with the left. Keep the belly activated. As many breaths as feels good here. It's all about the front of the right quad and the right hip flexor. Take a breath. And then exhale, without slingshotting the foot, let it go. Right arm all the way up and over, find the forearm on the ground. Elbow roots, right fingertips come to the center. Left arm turn all the way up and back, grabbing for the foot if you can reach it, super good. And then feeling like you soften the left shoulder back in line with the right. Really feel the belly pull into the spine as you drop the left hip down. Take a full breath. Pause on the exhale. All the way up and over with the left hand. Okay, return to Sphinx pose. Take one full inhale. Exhale, walk the fingertips back, lower your chest, and kiss the mat. So we're gonna find our way into a cobra prep. Walk your hands back until they're literally underneath the elbows and feel like your elbows are rubber banding back toward one another. Now tuck the right toes, press the right heel back to expand the space underneath the right hip crease, and then untuck the toes. Do the same with the left. Tuck left toes, press left heel back, untuck toes, suck legs together. So your heels and your inner thighs have magnets. Press the heels down so the knees lift, and then press the tailbone toward your heels so the pelvis gets heavy. Now inhale, lift the core, lift the chest without lifting the legs. So keep the heels heavy, and then lengthen the back of your neck so the crown of the head comes forward. All of the effort is in between your shoulder blades and in the belly. Breath in. Exhale, fall, kiss the mat. Two more, keep pressing down through the feet, breath to movement. Inhale, rise, keep the back of your neck long, crown of the head forward, and then exhale, melt all the way down. Pencil in between the shoulder blades, inhale, rise. Squeeze your shoulder blades together like you could squeeze my finger. Good, exhale all the way down. Use this as your transition, send the hips all the way back toward the heels. Take your knees wide, find child's pose. So the belly and the chest melt in between the thighs. Walk the fingertips forward until the shoulders leave their sockets, and then anchor down through the forearms and fingertips. Pull the shoulder blades back so you find space between the shoulders and ears, and you have this really long line along the spine. Take a full breath, and then exhale, melt your tailbone back. And rest. Take one or two breaths, and you're all done.
With your feet slightly wide and shoulder width apart, you want to keep your weight in your heels for the first demonstration. Chin up, chest out. You can keep your hands at your sides or bring them up here or even straight out, whatever makes you comfortable, okay? Chin up, chest out, weight in the heels, keeping your back flat, which you do kind of by sticking out your bum slightly, keeping your shoulder blades back. You want to sit. For right now, we just need to go down a little bit, come right back up. That's enough. One more, right back down, right back up. Good, one more. Good, and as we get a little more comfortable with that, we can start going a little deeper, which eventually we get our thighs parallel with the ground. A little deeper. For some people that might be having a flare-up at the moment and their heels are a little sensitive and painful, we can modify it where we put a little more weight on our toes. Even so, where we actually lift our heels off the ground, putting all the weight on the balls of our feet. Careful with this one because it does involve a little bit more coordination and balance. Up on your toes, look forward. Now watch the weight once again. You don't have to go too deep. Get comfortable, get familiar with the movement, and then you can start working on the range. All right, let's go into the next one. We're gonna start with a reverse lunge. You take a step back and you drop your knee straight to the ground. Put most of the weight in the front of your heel and then the rear weight in the balls of your toe. With your chin up, chest out once again, you want a good posture. You're gonna drop your knee down, keeping your hands off your legs. Come back up and put your feet back together. Just like the squats, you can keep it kind of shallow for right now. Once you start getting comfortable, you can start getting your knee a little closer to the ground without touching the ground though. Now, similar to that, we can just do a stationary split squat. So it's like a lunge, reverse lunge, but you stay in this position. Now you need to keep your focus, all right? Now balance is definitely involved here. I'm gonna drop your knee down a little bit, keeping all the weight in that front heel. Back up, dropping that knee straight down. Good, just make sure now you're not leaning too far forward, putting too much weight in your knee. Hands and knees for me. First of all, let's do the kickbacks. Always try to keep a neutral spine. So you never want your head hanging down low. You never want to be looking up at the ceiling or left or right. So just with the right side, good. You're gonna kick straight back, kick with your heel. This does put a little bit of weight in the palms, but your feet should be okay. But if you're having discomfort in your palms, I want you to go on your knuckles. Perfect. You should find a little bit of relief in this. You can even do a modification where you can go on your fingertips. Good, beautiful, beautiful. And one more movement we call fire hydrants. You're just gonna bring your hip, your knee straight out to the side. Good. Once again, don't overexceed your range so you start incorporating your back and start twisting your back. We're gonna do a modified push-up for people who are a little bit new, okay? So on your knuckles, I still want you to come flat though. I'm gonna bring your hips down. Get your body nice and flat, nice and straight. Good, good, good. Now I want you to, without bobbing your head, I want you to drop your chest down to the mat. As far down as you can go. Now just like the squats, you can gauge the depth and find a position you're comfortable in, and then eventually, good, you want to get down far enough to where you're just beginning to touch the ground and then back up. And once again, when you come up, you want to straighten your arms, but try not to lock your elbows. So, palms up, chin up, chest out. Curl it up, bring it down. One, good. And a lot of times you start incorporating weights and movements, people start losing the form. But as I see right now, you have a perfect form. And you know if you're going too heavy, if you cannot keep that specific form, then you have to go back down in the weight. Couple more.
Could they sit and do this?
Of course you can sit. Here, let's try this. Let's take a seat right here. Let's say you're having a flare-up day or a bad day. You want to keep the pressure off of your feet. You want to sit in this position. Do the same motion. Good range of motion. You want to straighten your arms, but not lock the elbows. Let's go into the shoulders. Same position. Palms up, catch it, press it up, flat back, neutral spine, without even touching the chair back, using your own core and your own positioning. For beginners, using the chair back might be necessary. Good. We're gonna hit the triceps next. Chin up, chest out, core tight, bend at the knees, core tight, elbows up, kick it straight back. Good. We're gonna go right into the next one, okay? Chin up, chest out. We're gonna bend over at our hips. Let the weights kind of dangle at our sides right here. But when you pull it up, out, 90 degrees in the elbows. Pull it up, back down. We can tap the weights, back up. Make sure you get the good range of motion. Good. So I'm gonna put your palms on the edge of the seat. Scoot your butt, get your feet nice and flat for now. Good, keep the weight in your heels. Now without scraping your back, you wanna keep your back nice and close to this bench. You're gonna drop straight down, keeping your elbows behind you, and push it up once again, straightening your arms, but not locking your arms.
I think if people that have PC on their hands, they might want to use a bench because it's a little bit more padded.
Maybe even buy some padding or get some kind of padding, or maybe even a towel. Putting a towel around it and making it a little more softer. Now, if you want to make this more difficult, you have your legs straight out on your heels. Good. So looking straight up, nice and easy. I want you to bring your left knee into your chest and back out. Back in, back out. All right, now hands back behind your head without touching your head though. People who tend to touch their head when they're doing sit-ups tend to pull on the back of their head, which causes a lot of pain in the neck. Okay, now right now, so same thing, we're gonna do the same side. We're just gonna come up with our elbow, and we're gonna twist to our knee without leaving the knee off the ground. It's gonna stay right there. Back up, twist. To the right now, bring it up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. All right, now let's put both of those together. So, we're gonna come down, you bring our left knee to our right elbow, okay? Bring it up, opposite, opposite, opposite. Good, same side. 2, 3, let's do 3 on the other side. Switch it up, 1, good, 2, 3. All right, come on, sit them up. Use your core, sit up. All right, this is a simple movement. It's a seated position. You just need to make sure that when you're in this position, your shoulders are back, chin up, chest out, retract your shoulder blades, just like every other exercise we do. All right, keep that neutral spine. I want you to keep your feet flat. If you don't have the flexibility to keep your feet flat, you can bring up on your heels, okay? So for today, let's keep the toes up. Good, good, good. Chin up, chest out. Remember, retract them shoulder blades back. Flat back, core tight, lean back 45 degrees, and we're gonna hold. This time we're gonna use time versus reps. All right, next, on our tummy, flip. We're gonna get into the almighty plank. Now this is a good one for most people with PC because, one, you're not on your hands at all, and you're just on the toes of your feet versus your heels. So people tend to make the mistake of clenching their fists together. I don't want you clenching your fists together. I also don't want you having your palms down. It's not so good for your shoulders. You're allowed to make a fist, okay, or palms up. Good, take your pick. Good, now nice and neutral, right, from your wrist to your elbow to your shoulder, good 90 degrees, come on up. Get your feet a little closer together and rest. So lay down, make yourself comfy. Feet are good, let's reach it out, okay? Reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. Reach out with your fingertips. Now this one should be great because there's absolutely virtually no pressure on your hands or on your feet. Now you're gonna raise your right hand up and your left leg up. Now let's switch, let's do the opposite. Good, switch again. Couple more times. Keep it up. One more, and you alternate.
So for sprints, if you have a monitor, you change your gear down 6 to 8. I like to be at 115 RPM when I'm nice and active, and at 125 when I'm sprinting. But if you have a lever like this, you just turn the knob to the left. That makes it a little bit easier. And you stay nice and active at that 115. And then when the music hits the chorus, you go hands in 3 and you sprint. And then you lay off. Okay, for jumps, I like to have my gear around 16 if you have a monitor. If not, because most bikes don't, you just change your lever to the right just to add a little bit of pressure, almost like a climb, but still a little bit doable. You're nice and active, hands in 1. And then when the beat hits and you count, you go up for 4, down, back up, down. And you notice my chest stays up. We're not hunching over. We need to breathe. You can also do this for an 8 count. If you do it for an 8 count, you increase your gear a little bit. So this is gonna be a very heavy climb. In each and every one of my classes, I always do a 12 to 24 climb. Super heavy. If you have a monitor, again, you just increase by 2 each and every time, 12 to 24. If not, you turn it to the right, and then you keep going. Every about 25, 30 seconds, you keep turning. This is just your legs, nothing else. Don't worry about your RPM. Gotta keep moving though. So you increase, increase, to the point where you feel like you can't even go any further. And you increase. Biggest thing about this is keep your chest up. We're not moving forward, weighting down. We're up, nice and breathing, and we move it forward. All right, this one is one of my favorites. This one, we're gonna increase the gear little by little. You have a screen by 1 or 2 each time. But as we're increasing our gear, we're gonna push harder and faster so that RPM goes up. It's not naturally supposed to happen that way. Normally your RPM goes down when you increase your gear, but we're not gonna let that happen. So you're going to be pedaling. You're gonna increase your gear harder, faster. Your heartbeat should be beating very fast. And these are short bursts, so you increase again. Again. And again. You drop it down. You give yourself about 10 seconds of rest, and you do it again. Like you, living with PC has affected every aspect of my life. Not only is it physically painful, but it plays a huge burden on us mentally and emotionally. As a person living with the disease, asking for a cure, I find it critical to do everything in my power to not only help myself, but others lead a healthier life. I have adjusted and modified certain exercises so that we can still strive to be our absolute best and release some much needed endorphins in the process. My hope is that these videos will reduce your pain, improve your mental health, and help you live a happier life. This disease provides a massive struggle and at times is very isolating. But let's take control over what we can, right? I truly believe that with the love and support of family and friends, which the PC Project embodies, along with adding fitness to our daily routines, we will begin to gain a more positive outlook. So from all of us, thank you for your love, your care, and kindness.